Hi, this video is to show you how to create a listing in Inkfrog. So the first thing that we're going to do after we've logged into the Inkfrog website is we're going to go up to the right hand corner and click on Create New Listing. What this is going to do is it's going to bring up the page where we're going to do the entire listing. So the first thing that we're going to enter in is going to be the title. So the title can come from two different places. One is the spreadsheet that I provide to you. If it has a title that I've already created or a title that I have, then I will go ahead and list it here. If the title is not listed there, then you will need to bring up the photos, go through each of the photos, look for the identifying markers, such as this one is a PlayStation PS3 controller. The color is black. We can see what the model number is here, as well as any other identifying items on the box. So once you figured out what the item is, you can go ahead and create the title. So for this one, we have the title already in here, so we can add it here. We want to make sure that each word in the title is capitalized, and then we can add any other identifying markers that we've seen after reviewing the pictures as well. So we can see that the controller is black, and then that there is also a model number. So we can pull up the picture with the model number, and we can add that here. So that's all that we'll need to do for the title. The next section is going to be the description section. So all of the information for the description should come from the spreadsheet that I provide to you. So you're going to want to list the condition description, as long as there's something listed, and then if there is any additional details that are listed. So we'll add that to the listing now. So this item is 4 parts and it does not turn on. So that's all that we'll need to add for the description. The next is going to be the product identifier. So if there is a UPC listed, we need to make sure that we're adding that. So there will always be a picture of the UPC if there is one available. So for this one in particular, there is a UPC that we should add. So we'll go ahead and we're going to add that now. And then that's all that we'll need to do for that box. The next box is going to be the Save To folder. This is very important that you make sure that you use the drop down to add it to drafts to be listed. What this does is it puts it into my draft folder so I can review and launch the listing live. And then the next section is going to be the images. So to add the images, we click Add Images, we click Upload New Images, and then you can either drag and drop the images or you can click here to upload and then upload them from your folder. What you're going to get is a Dropbox link that you will have access to all of the photos for the listings for that week. So they're all listed in numerical order. You do not need to add the numbered items. That is just to provide breaking points between each set of pictures. So we'll add all of the ones underneath of 1, and then we'll click Upload and we'll click Start Upload. What this will do is it's going to add the images to the listing. All of the images should already be cropped and ready for you. The only thing that you'll want to check is to make sure that the images aren't flipped to the left or to the right. If they are flipped, then we can go ahead and we can make those changes. So as we look through, we can see that this one is flipped. So we'll hit Edit Image. We'll go ahead and let it load. We'll hit Transform, and then we'll use these two buttons to toggle it left or toggle it right. Once we have it where it needs to be, we'll hit Apply, and then we'll hit Save. The save will go ahead and it will add the image in the correct vertical. So after we've looked at these, we can keep moving. And then the next section is going to be the listing profile. So for here, we're going to need to add the eBay category. So we'll click Browse, and then we're going to use the Search tab to add the category. So this is a PlayStation PS3 controller. And when we search, it looks like it brings up a couple different ones. You're going to use the one that you feel is the most accurate to describe the category that it should be listed in. So for this one, it's going to be the controllers and attachments. You don't need to worry about a secondary eBay category. The listing format should always be fixed price, and the duration should always be good till canceled. You do not need to do anything with the Giving Works charity ID, and you don't need to put anything in the donation percentage. Make sure that this box is unchecked. And then the next section we're going to work on is going to be the store category. So the store category are my own personal categories for my store. So we'll click the drop down, and what you're going to want to do is read through all of the categories within my store and figure out which one is the best place for it to go. So for this one, it looks like electronics would be the best one to use. You do not need to worry about the second category for the store, and you also don't need to worry about the lot size. The next section is going to be the item specifics. So the item condition and the item condition description, again, will come from the spreadsheet. So the condition is 4 parts, and the condition description is does not turn on. So we will go 4 parts are not working, and then the description is does not turn on. And then the next one is going to be getting into the item specifics. So what we want to do is try to add as many item specifics as possible. So we'll want to you have to add the brand. So if there is no brand, you can put it as unbranded. And then we want to add the type, if we know the connectivity, which is wireless, the maximum number of players, the color, the material, the year that it was manufactured. Any of these items that you can add to it will create better searches as we go through the listings. So you don't need to add all of them, but you should add as many of them as you can identify within the spreadsheet or within the pictures. The next is going to be the item location. So the item location is going to be the United States. The zip code is always going to be 61761. And then the location is always going to be normal IL. You don't need to do anything with the templates and design section. For best offer, you always want to make sure that the best offer is enabled, but you don't need to worry about the automatically accept or the automatically decline sections. The next is going to be the pricing. So for here, you're going to need to do your own research on what the best pricing for this item would be on eBay. So the way that we'll do it is we'll go ahead and we'll open up a tab in eBay, and we'll look up the PlayStation PS3 controller. We'll search it, and you can look at the active listings as well as the sold listings. So to look up sold listings, we go up to advanced in the upper right hand corner. We click sold listings and we click search. So what this does is it brings up some of the listings that have sold, and we want to compare the ones that have been sold via the buy it now price. So we'll look through, we want to compare the quality. So ours is broken, so it's 4 parts. So we want to make sure that we're not comparing it to the brand new listings. So in here, it doesn't look like there are too many that have sold. It looks like there's been one that is sold brand new for $17.83. Brand new for $28. So we'll go back, and we are going to go back and we'll look at the active listings. So we'll take it off of the sold listings. And then we'll compare them to, and you can use the item specifics on the left-hand side to help narrow it down. So let's look at the ones that are used. It looks like that there aren't really any listed. There's one that's listed for $29.99 that's refurbished. That's an auction. Another auction, $23.99, that's pre-owned. Pre-owned at $27.99. So ours is broken, so we'll probably want to list it for a little bit less than what the pre-owned ones are listed for. So use your best judgment and list it for what you think it should be listed for. The quantity is going to be 1 unless it's otherwise noted in the spreadsheet. You don't need to add anything in the cost, but we do want to add the SKU. So the SKU is also going to come from the spreadsheet, and this one is $5. So in here, we want to add $5, and then you don't need to put anything in the eBay custom label. You don't need to worry about product variation. Most of the items that I sell are going to be one item products. And then the return profile, you are going to use the link for existing profile and over on the right hand side. So if you click the purple box, it's going to bring up a link, and I only have one type of return, so I offer free returns. So you'll make sure that that's selected, and then you're going to click link selected. Next section is going to be the shipping profile. So you are also going to link existing profiles. So when you click on that, it's going to bring up a drop down that's going to have 4 different options. So you have 1 ounce to 1 pound, 1 pound to 2 pounds, 2 pounds to 3 pounds, and over 3 pounds. Within the spreadsheet that I provide you, it's going to tell you the shipping details. So this will give you how much each item weighs. So for this one, it's 15 ounces. So when we click on the link for the shipping profile, we're going to look for the 1 ounce to 1 pound products. You're going to click selected, and then that will go ahead and link the shipping profile. The next step is going to be the package details. So you don't need to put anything in the dimensions, but we do want to add the weight. So again, the weight comes from the spreadsheet, which is listed under shipping details. And so this one is 15 ounces. So for pounds, we'll put 0, and for ounces, we're going to put 15. You're always going to leave it as package. The next step is going to be the payment profile. So you're going to click link existing profile in the right hand side, and then there's only one that you can use. It's always going to be PayPal. So go ahead and select PayPal and click link selected. And then this one is going to be listed as always allow buyers to purchase items. So once we have all of that done, we're going to click save to library, and that is going to go ahead and it will successfully save it to the library where I will review the listing and then launch it live. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and you can create a new listing. So we click create new listing from scratch, and then it brings you back to the same page and you can work on the next listing.